grilling fish, known as masgouf, has deep historical roots in Iraq, dating back centuries along the banks of the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, where fishing was a central part of life. The fish traditionally used is carp, a freshwater species abundant in these rivers. The grilling technique itself is an art form passed down through generations. After being cleaned and butterflied, the fish is marinated with a blend of spices. The exact spice mix is often a closely guarded secret among families and street vendors, but it typically includes ingredients like turmeric, cumin, tamarind, and sometimes even a touch of chili for heat. The fish is then skewered and positioned upright, allowing it to slowly cook over an open fire of wood and charcoal, which infuses the fish with a smoky flavor. What sets this dish apart is the balance between the rich, smoky aroma and the freshness of the spices, creating a unique and unforgettable taste experience. Erbil, being a cultural hub, continues to celebrate this culinary tradition, making it a must-try for anyone visiting the region. The slow cooking process, combined with the careful selection of spices, makes this dish a symbol of both Iraq's rich cultural heritage and its flavorful cuisine. As clear as emerald, a sacred fish known as masgouf lived peacefully in the calm streams. These fish were not only a source of food for the people, but also symbols of prosperity, happiness, and luck. They were blessed with magical powers by Ishtar, the great river goddess of ancient lore, known as the deity of love and fertility. Under the radiant Mesopotamian sun, the masgouf fish swam like beams of light in the rivers, serving as protectors of life. According to the old legends, these fish had pure hearts and could sense the sorrow of humans. When someone with a broken heart came to the riverbank, a masgouf fish would quietly swim toward them, willingly offering itself so that the person could cook and eat it, helping them and restore hope. The locals believed that anyone who ate grilled masgouf, cooked over charcoal and wood, would be shielded from illness, poverty, and would find peace in their soul. One day, in a small village along the Euphrates, there was a young man named Jamil who had lost everything after a great flood. His home, family, and even his hope had all been swept away by the raging waters. In his deepest despair, Jamil wandered along the riverbank, pleading for a sign or miracle from the river god to help him rebuild his life. Hearing Jamil's plea, Ishtar took pity on him and sent forth a large, extraordinary masgouf fish, its scales shimmering like sunlight. The fish, as if guiding him toward the shore where Jamil stood. Before he fully understood what was happening, Jamil caught the fish. Following the ancient traditions, he decided to grill it over a fire of glowing coals and dry wood. He prepared the fish the way his ancestors had taught him, marinating it with precious spices like turmeric, cumin, tamarind, and a touch of red chili for heat. As the aroma from the fish wafted through the air, the villagers gathered, drawn in by the irresistible smell. Jamil invited them to share the meal with him. A miracle unfolded. With the first bite of the fish, Jamil felt all his pain and sorrow melt away. Not only that, but the villagers too found their spirits uplifted, their hearts filled with hope, and their lives renewed with vitality. From that day forward, Jamil became a famous cook, traveling far and wide to grill masgouf, spreading the magic of the sacred fish. He not only made a living, but also brought happiness to many. The goddess Ishtar, pleased with Jamil's journey, blessed him and his village, ensuring that the Euphrates would always be abundant with fresh masgouf. The fish continued to protect the people, helping them live in peace and prosperity forever. In this happy ending, Jamil found joy not just in cooking, but in the love he shared through each meal. He lived to a ripe old age, always retelling the tale of the sacred fish and the blessings of the goddess. The goddess Ishtar not only blessed him, but also passed down the secret to perfecting the masgouf dish. She taught him how to prepare the fish, marinate it with the right spices, and grill it to perfection. She then instructed Jamil to bring this recipe to a beautiful town in South Asia, where he could share it with others and help even more people. How to prepare masgouf. Following Ishtar's teachings, Jamil began with fresh carp, a common fish found in large rivers. First, he cleaned the fish, gutted it, and removed the internal organs, but kept the head intact to preserve its traditional appearance. The fish was then butterflied, with its body opened wide to allow the meat to absorb the spices and cook evenly. Preparing the marinade. The goddess Ishtar shared a special recipe for the marinade, which gave the fish its distinct, delicious flavor. The ingredients included turmeric, color, and an aromatic taste, cumin for a rich, earthy flavor, tamarind to add a subtle sourness that balances the flavors, garlic to neutralize any fishy odor and enhance the taste, lemon to brighten the dish and cut through the richness of the fish, salt and black pepper to season the fish and bring all the flavors together. These spices were mixed with a bit of olive oil and then rubbed generously all over the inside and outside of the fish. The fish was left to marinate for 30 to 45 minutes, allowing the flavors to soak deeply into the flesh. The grilling process. Once the fish was marinated, Jamil, following Ishtar's instructions, grilled the fish over a charcoal fire. Instead of placing the fish directly on the coals, it was positioned upright on a special grill beside the flames. This method allowed the fish to cook slowly and evenly, absorbing the smoky aroma without burning. Jamil maintained a medium heat on the coals, letting the fish cook gradually for about an hour. During the grilling process, he occasionally brushed the fish with olive oil and spices to keep it moist. The fragrant smell of the spices and the wood smoke mingled in the air, creating an irresistible aroma. Cooking time and result. After approximately 60 minutes, the fish's skin turned crispy and golden, while the meat inside was tender, flaky, and fully infused with the rich flavors of the marinade and smoke. The fish, perfectly cooked, had a golden hue, and the flesh easily separated into soft, flavorful layers. When Jamil reached the South Asian town, he introduced maskoof to restaurants and street food markets. The grilled maskoof was sold based on the size and weight of the fish. A fresh maskoof weighing around 2 to 3 kilograms, about 4.5 to 6.5 pounds, was typically sold for $20 to $30 per whole fish. In street food stalls, the fish was often cut into smaller portions and sold for $5 to $10 per serving, depending on the size and type of fish. Thanks to this dish, Jamil became famous throughout the town and beyond, sharing the legendary maskoof recipe from goddess Ishtar with people around the world. Each bite of maskoof was a perfect combination of delicate grilling techniques and a harmonious blend of spices, offering an extraordinary culinary experience to all who tasted it.